So thank you very much for the Asiatopia team. Also especially thanks for Champong. Asiatopia is very important for my performance life. So because of this, my first performance is Asiatopia, second Asiatopia in 1999. So this is very important for me. Also, second time is I participated in 2003. Before the 2001 is so we as Champong and me is together in New York. So he lived in New York is 5 years. So because of the political issue, yeah. So we are together in Soho. So he recognized this Soho area. So he lived in 5 years. So we as drink together is in the morning until 2 o'clock. Yeah, in the morning 2 o'clock. So one restaurant, we moved to another restaurant. So we talk about the performance art, so political situation. So I a little bit talk about this our country's performance art scene. Yeah. So we as beginning performance art history is 1996 started. So Aomie and Popo this is the pioneers performance artist. So this is only the 5 artists started this performance as 1996 to 2000. So this is only this 5 artists. There's a focus is only the political issues. Why we do the political issues? So because we as living is under military government so long time. So we as a government is a dictatorship government. So we as always protect is a government there. So Tailin is also he participates in the democracy movement, and then he arrested as a prison 7 years. 7 years he is always focused the political issues. So Aomie is a modern artist, and then so he does the performance, and he related to the social issue, and then some religion. He's a very good artist here. And so Popo is first is a performance artist. He does a performance in 1996. So his focus is a political issue and then the social issue. Also the Ninian Su is a young artist. So now he's always making this political issue here. So most of the performer artists, why they do the performance and then why they focus the political area. So we want to found is our the independent power. Also, we want to express this freedom is the expression here. Also, me and I and is also the make the performance. And this is the Asiatopia. So first time I make is a performance. So my life is my background is a political background. So I imprisoned 3 years. I participated in 1988 democracy movement, and then I arrested is 3 years. So inside the prison is my prison is life is very difficult to survive. So I use some of the bandits image. Always so I express this my life also. So my performance is also the freedom of the expression. Also focus is political issue and social issue here. This image is like inside this prison. What is solitary confinement is 11 months. So I have nothing to do. So I always every day I make is a meditation here. As early important performance movement is NIPAT is 2001. So we make the exchange program. Also the cooperation networking is a resource sharing in Myanmar. This organized AyeKo. We are working together is 2002. At the time is we have a very tight situations in our country. So it's a foreigner is cannot make is the some is art walk or art scene here. This is a very challenging this event here. So we make it the corporate it's a foreign countries the artists we are so dangerous. So we have so many problem here. But it's corporate this networking, the resource sharing. This program is also the participate. This reach also the participate here. So we can do is the gallery. This gallery is some generous nephews. So we can make it a cover here. This is we have some is a exchange program. Why we make it an exchange program? Because our countries close the doors so long time. So we need to knock, open the door here. Also, we are inside this our countries. Most of the artists until 2010. So we cannot show the exhibition in this appropriate area. Also, we cannot spread this not freelancer. So we want to do is exhibition or some is a performance. We do is participate this outside country. So I conduct this some is festivals. I send this some is young artists. Also, that we want to show some is exhibition, also the performance art. So every exhibition is so we need to apply this government censorship. So performance art, how to explain this so censorship to censorship. So we don't want to talk about this our performance process. So every time we do the performance show, the private show inside the gallery, and then so we make it some big event is the embassy area. Embassy areas we don't need to apply this censorship. So this we do the performance art some festival in this French Institute. Yeah. So French Institute we have no problems. We can do anything that we have no censorship. Yeah. So this is our strategy. Yeah. This is 2008. This young artist Nyalintet, he organized this modern theater performance festival. This is a good event for young artists. So this area, this event is making is also the front embassy. After this. After the 2010, we as a country celebrate the freelance. So Chambon says a hard democracy. Yeah. So we got as a hard democracy, but we have still have the censorship. So we need to apply. If you want to show this in proper areas, we need to apply the government censorship. So this is most of this organized performance festivals 3 years. So. Sometimes he got some problem here, so he need to explain this. All the foreign artist project, the performance project. Also, he need to send this censorship and then need to negotiate. And then sometimes some festivals he didn't get this permission, so he moved to other countryside here. Also, the New Zealand we found our New Zealand is 2008. So why we found is a New Zealand a spade here? This is only one is a non-profit organization here. So we want to do is some performance workshop, also the performance is a show. So other gallery is because most of the galleries they are commercial galleries. So they don't want to accept this as a performance art. So I decided this is we found this a space. So we have a space that we can do anything. That we can make it a workshop or forever everything that we can do. So we make it so many activities. We invite this residency program. Also, that we invite the foreign countries. That we make is a workshop for the young generations working together. Also, that we can do is a exchange program. Yeah. Also, and then we bring young artists to the abroad country. Also, the Indonesia, also the Vietnam. Also, our New Zealand, we focus on the young generation. So we born the young generations of performer artists. So most of the young generations are from our New Zealand. Yeah. So now before our pioneer artists, so they have focus only the political issues. Now it's a young generation that they have so many issues, also the gender issue, gay issue, also the environment issue. So many issues that they can spread here. Is it time? Okay. But it's the performer artists, the performer artists cannot get the money. So they are young artists, so they are survived is very difficult. So they are easy to get artists performer art. So we always think about how to continue, how to support this young generation. Also, that we invite this residency program, the performer, including the performer artists. So 2012, we organized the International Multimedia Festival. So we want to continue this event, but our country's situation is not really good there. So now this year is a little bit stable. So we will try to do a performance festival next year. So now the young generation is very interesting is performer art. So because they can spread their life, their lives, their daily life. This is the last performance festival. Okay, thanks. Thank you.